Can you provide some examples from your past experience that show your ability to thrive in a positive organizational work environment?
So definitely I could provide an example. So previously I was working in Suzuki two-wheeler automobile dealership. So I was in the service section in dedicated in the spare parts. So we had a situation where we had to rearrange our inventory so as to accommodate room for the parts for new vehicle. There was a new vehicle which had been launched a couple of months ago. So the vehicle was onto the roads for so the demand for its parts began increasing. So we had to stock new parts uh, for the increasing demand. So we had to plan in order to rearrange our inventory. So we had to work with a couple of other team members, which involved the auditors as well as the accounts team, and even our co-workers, which include the mechanics and the PDI members. The PDI members are those who perform the installments of these parts, especially for the new vehicles. So it was a complicated task for me, as we were from different backgrounds, different thought process were going on. So actually, my manager, the spare manager, uh, uh, and dedicated me to this post. It gave me an in charge to, think way to rearrange this inventory, and I, along with my team, arranged the previous parts or the existing vehicles parts to into a different aisles, and allocated an single aisle for dedicated to this new vehicle only. So that way we managed our team, and we were able to accommodate new parts into this inventory. So in this process I learned a lot how to uh, collaborate with team members from different areas, whether it be a person in a lower status than mine position, and even with members of high position. So it was a great experience for me working with them.
Okay. And can you also provide some examples from your educational background about any relevant experience where you have demonstrated attention to detail and also followed instructions effectively as outlined in the job description for a quality inspector role?
Sure. For this, I would again go back to my Suzuki's experience. So, similarly, in the case of the new vehicle, there was this bodyguard. Every vehicle has a bodyguard, which is used to protect them from external hits so that it does not affect the body or damage the body. So the Suzuki themselves had launched a bodyguard for this new vehicle. So when we initially tried to install this bodyguard, we found out that some of the bodyguards did not exactly match along with the design of the body. So this led to the bodyguard itself leading to scratches on the body. The guards were touching the surfaces, and that created an issue to the customers, and they were coming back to replace these parts. So initially I was in the spare parts department, but I was only responsible for the picking, billing, and you say the customers counter sales, but the manager recognized that I was I had studied this quality control topics in my previous education. So uh, initially, I told my manager that I can send reports to back to the Suzuki's head office about these issues. So he encouraged me to do so, and I examined the situation, and I took photographs of these bodyguards which were attached to the vehicle, causing troubles. And I did this repeatedly because the Suzuki send new bodyguards in their every the spare parts which they send from their home workshop. So we test these new bodyguards on these vehicles, and I used to continuously send them reports about wherever the bodyguards did not match or align with the vehicle's body. So each time a different part would go in misalignment with the body's design. So I used to send the reports back to the head office, and that way I think the Suzuki tried to improve their quality standards, and I was able to learn new things while doing this process.
Okay. And after completing required training, as you mentioned in the job description above, how do you approach learning new concept and skills? And can you also provide an example of a time when you successfully completed a training program or acquired new knowledge that was beneficial to your personal development or academic?
Yeah, sure. I always like to welcome new opportunities to learn new topics, especially in regards to my educational background. So before the Suzuki's job, I used to work in a machine and tool manufacturing company. So after a couple of months of my work, they wanted me to learn this techniques called NDT, which is non-destructive testing techniques. So I was happy to accept this training, which would add on to my resume and career. So it was a challenging task initially because I thought it was that skill was done usually by the technicians. So I thought it was a low paying skill, or what to say, like a low paid category of the job. So I wanted to do much higher standard of this training. So but later on, when I went in depth in this training, and a special thanks to my trainer, he trained me very well and showed me the various possibilities of this training. So I specialized in 5 different techniques, and therefore I was able to apply these techniques into my work at the machine and tool manufacturing industry, and therefore I was able to apply my skills and the problem solving skills by by giving the attention to detail to all the manufacturing process with regards to this entity process.
Okay, thank you.